Before we continue, we want to share a word from our sponsor. Yes, we have a sponsor, a great sponsor, actually. Want to know how us DJs stay relaxed and engaged within this crazy industry? Our friends at Happy Valley Premium Cannabis Dispensary located in East Boston have held us down with essential pre-rolls, cartridges, vegan fruit drops, and Fingaz' favorite, dark chocolate bars. At Happy Valley, their mission is to unlock the premium cannabis experience by providing consistent quality products and exceptional customer service anchored by industry-leading technology. And guest listeners, they have not disappointed. They provide some of the highest quality products in Massachusetts and are leading the charge to create a premium cannabis experience for you. Visit Happy Valley East Boston today to get 20% off a single accessory with the promo code DOPE. And tell them, but I know the DJ sent you. Let's go!
But I know the DJ.
Do you?
Welcome to episode 46 of But I Know the DJ, the original New England podcast discussing all things DJing, music, nightlife, business, and pop culture through the unfiltered opinions of host Snax.
Give me snacks, baby.
A.K.A. Snax Keeble, DJs Fingaz. And Cammy V.
DJ Cammy V.
Powered by Dope Entertainment. Here we are, new location.
Let's go!
In the middle of the club.
In the middle of the club.
In the middle of a place that I feel like we're all very comfortable in. I mean, we're very familiar with.
So many years.
I wish we had the bottle girls and the bartenders here, but we don't. But we have the show. Today is a very special day for many very special reasons. Obviously, the venue being one of them. But I do want to dive into something controversial.
Oh, my God.
Into just the community in general. A lot of people don't understand this topic that we're about to bring up, but the DJs have been maliciously commenting about what's been going on. So if y'all have been living under a rock, Wiz Khalifa, who, I think is a certified artist as far as, just longevity and, what he's I think contributed to the rap game.
100%.
Even to the pop game.
Definitely.
He had a stint or some appearance. We don't know too much about the context. I know Cammy's done a lot of research in terms of what has happened to the event, but basically what ultimately happened was, or what the video showed was, Wiz Khalifa was at an event. He has just dropped a new album that no one has heard of. Have you heard of it?
No.
Have you heard of it?
No, not at all.
I haven't heard of it either.
No. I mean, I actually came across the song when I was downloading it on DJ City.
Yep.
I'm surprised it was on DJ City.
It was a new song, and I'm like, okay, whatever, I downloaded it, but I didn't know he dropped a new album.
Right, 100%.
So he's doing the appearance, I think he was in LA, and
it was at Poppy nightclub in LA. Yep.
Poppy nightclub, thank you, Cammy. And the DJs, I think they were MC Tron and DJ
Mike Danger.
Mike Danger. And they're respected DJs in LA.
Big time, yeah.
Who've done celebrity appearances.
Yeah,
I mean, we've all done, like, you know what I mean? Like in LA especially, you're doing celebrity appearances, and we didn't see the part in which they missed the mark in terms of records, but as far as Wiz Khalifa is concerned, as far as what I'm doing, his biggest records were a decade ago. Am I incorrect?
Yeah.
But obviously with Wiz Khalifa promoting his new album, he was angered for whatever reason to the point where he is very viciously disrespecting the DJs, the people that are playing the music, to the point where he is stopping the music on the microphone, telling the crowd how bad of a job the DJs are doing.
Yep.
Directly threatening them to physically assault them.
And then physically assaulting them.
And then after that, after they're playing the records, is still talking about how bad of a job that they're doing, throwing Fingaz, even just me as your co-host, if I grab in the middle of the show, grab your hand and throw it across the room, we're fighting.
Yeah, well, I think I might slap.
It's two big guys tussling on the floor.
Yeah.
Dude, I would be out of luck if I had to stand between you two.
Dude. And kudos to those DJs and those MCs because they kept their composure.
Yeah.
But let me tell you one thing.
But is that the right thing to do? To keep your composure for the artist, for the sake of the artist?
I mean, everyone's different. We don't know what their level of turn up is. I know what my level of turn up is.
I know what your level of turn up is.
Like, so if
give me a couple shots, honey, we know what my level of turn up is.
I mean, let's just first and foremost, I would have had his new songs off the bat.
So that's the thing. So Cammy, please, you done the research on this.
All right, so Play the Law and Order SVU sound. Personal investigator Cammy V, we're here. So I did some research on Twitter, on Instagram. So like I said, incident happened in Poppy nightclub in LA. So I went to the club's Instagram page, and it was advertised. A flyer said, Wiz Khalifa album release party for his new album called Multiverse, okay? So that's important context, number one.
That is very
okay?
important.
Yep.
We obviously talked about the two guys and the incident that happened. So the new information that was surfacing that I saw on Twitter was from Bootleg Kev, and he is a radio host on 92.3 in LA.
Yep.
And he attended the night. And in a series of tweets with videos to prove everything that he had to say, Kev was saying the DJ and the MC fucked up about 4 to 5 times throughout Wiz's set, like to the point where he was stopping songs midway through, running it back, weird echo effects, and to the point where Kev said he thought that they were being punked. That's how bad the DJs were fucking up.
Really?
Now, yep.
So this is new information to me, I guess, to you as well.
Me too.
Let me roll with it a little bit because I dove deep into the tweets. So I guess after the first time they fucked up, like I guess Wiz remained nice and he said on the mic, like, hey, let's get on the same page. There's too many cooks in the kitchen, okay? And again, like there's a video to prove that. And the set kept going on and the MC kept cutting off the music and saying like shit during Wiz's set, okay? And then finally after the last fuck up, we see Wiz's viral reaction. So Bootleg Kev also went on to say that Wiz sent the DJ his set list beforehand and he was fucking it up. He said that the DJ was a good dude, obviously, and we know a lot about him. He just had an off night, but he said the MC was way out of pocket for what he was doing. So my question now to you guys is, was Wiz Khalifa's reaction justified?
So this is changing a lot when I introed this entire discussion. I didn't know any of that.
As far as him being verbally attacking these dudes, totally on point with that.
Yep.
You should. If you set the set list, the DJ ahead of time, even me, like I said, you don't gotta tell me that. If so-and-so's coming tonight, I'm going to make sure I have their new shit.
Yep.
I'll make sure they have some of their old shit.
Right.
Just in case.
Never know.
You never know.
Yep.
So, verbally, fine.
I'm getting everything they ever touched.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Be prepared. That's part of being a DJ, right?
Yep, 100%. Gotta know.
Don't touch me. I'm sorry. There's a line. Just like Will Smith, right? Just like when Chris Rock was said something about his wife, you could scream from the crowd. That's fine. Don't put my wife's name in your mouth. All right? First time you touch me, don't touch me.
So
do not touch me.
So let me ask you, what would your reaction have been if Wiz slapped that head off?
It would have been a fight. I probably would have got jumped by a security.
Okay. So there was a whole section of the video that I was already commenting before that it changed the angle and it was the hat slap where he's like, these DJs suck, blah 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 blah. Yo, if you like, no, don't fucking hug me. I will fight you.
Yeah.
Those are just words from what you're saying. Yeah. You're still just doing your job at that point.
If you're fucking up to the point where listen, you got all the things you needed to be prepared and you didn't, then you're fucking up a performance because a lot of DJs don't know how to DJ performances.
Right.
They think they're just DJing a night. They think they're just playing music back to back.
Yep.
No, you need to be in tune with the guy behind you. You need to have the other song queued up. You need to play it. If he didn't tell you to do this or that, don't do it.
It is an album release party, and I think that's a big identifying factor of the night. And, bro, if he sent you a specific set list and was like, play these songs in this order, you better not be... set it and forget it, bro.
Yeah, stick to it until it gives you a tap on the shoulder like, DJ, switch it up. Be ready for that. If people are screaming the songs in and out, do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you got to know how to do that.
So are we on Wiz's side now?
So... I guess it depends now,
up until the physicality.
7 minutes ago, 7 minutes ago, I was ready to...
everybody was.
Call Amber Rose and tell her to beat his ass.
She's Cape Verdean, so we probably cousins. So up until he touches me, he's totally correct.
Okay.
You should not be touching me.
Let me ask you, though. So if he did touch you, what you would have thrown hands?
Just touch him.
You ever play Street Fighter? You know Hadouken? Yo, listen. Because he was behind, so I'm like, yo.
But before Cammy dropped all this knowledge on us, we assumed that the DJs were doing their job, and that Wiz was wilding. So, but did we not?
Because
were we not texting all day and being like, Wiz was wilding?
I was like, dude, something just doesn't make sense with this. Why would he just go right to that? You know what I mean?
I'm just surprised that they were that bad.
bro.
So we're in Boston here,
I've seen this happen before.
we're correct me if I'm wrong. We're mid market,
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
and we are just 3 DJs that happen to have a show. And I feel like all of us, I would trust with any celebrity, with any set list, if they give us whatever. Like, so why are these dudes from LA fucking up that bad? Am I crazy? Like,
I don't know, man.
Yo, listen, some got it, some don't. Like I said, DJing a performance is a whole different like strategy.
It is.
within
It is.
itself.
It is.
And
It
me
is.
being a guy that produces for artists, usually I do their sets. Like I'll like create their like playlist set. So where like I'm taking songs where I'm creating actually performance versions
of the songs.
Right,
yes.
right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm pretty sure he had just regular tracks. Hey, play this, but you just gotta be in tune with the artist.
Yeah.
And whatever he says, switch it, bring it back.
Yep,
You
yep.
can't do it on your dime.
Yeah. Especially if the venue is paying for him to be there to host that
And
event.
there was no rehearsal.
Right?
So I will say this in the preface of this show. Before, thank you, Cammy, so much for the research.
Thank
Shout
you.
out, Cammy.
Yeah.
I was ready to crucify him
Because
and we
there was
shouldn't
so
assume.
much,
We shouldn't
and I
assume.
think all the commentary on the social media does not have all the information that you were able to get together, bro.
Right.
So I appreciate that. Me included. Before this, it was a whole lot of okay. Did Wiz? Was he supposed to be there? Was this a promoted album listening party? Because album listening party versus appearance are 2 different things. We know this, right?
100%.
So are we promoting the album, or are we just like having Wiz there and he's gonna do his biggest records? Because if it's just Wiz there doing his biggest record, guess what? I'm playing fucking Black and Yellow. I'm playing fucking
The hits.
Cushion OJ.
Yeah.
I'm playing. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, they said
Cabin
that they
Fever
cut,
shit, you know
they
what I'm saying?
cut Black and Yellow, obviously one of his biggest records, like 30 seconds in.
They
Bro.
cut it.
They just straight up ran it back, and you're just like, dude, what the fuck is going on?
These LA DJs, man.
It's weird. I don't understand. Like I really would have
I
wanted
don't
to find
understand.
out.
And they said like he was the MC too was like reaching over the DJ's shoulders and like getting on the mic and like in the middle of the set. But let me
that's
finish.
a whole different conversation. That's MC to
so
DJ shit.
time out.
That's a
So
whole different
that's my final question to you guys. What are your thoughts about MCs trying to take over your set?
Well, first of all,
Wait, this is a whole other conversation and a whole can of worms. I mean, like,
are we naming names? I know you have a
you
few
can name
names in your
names.
head.
you can name
I know you. Look at me. I know you know who I'm talking
Because
about.
time out though, because like I said, just
We
hold
won't
on.
name names. We won't name names.
Hold
We
on.
won't do it.
Don't-
We
yeah,
won't do it.
no.
We won't do it.
I think
We won't do it. Yeah,
because
yeah.
for like I said, like what the tweets were saying, where it wasn't the like he said it really wasn't the DJ. Yeah, and he fucked up a couple times, but for all we know, it could have been more on the MC's end of things. Of like he was fucking hit shit by accident when he was like cutting it out. Like there was weird echo going on.
So there's definitely a secondary conversation we definitely need to have, but I do want to just like finalize this Wiz part of it. At what point is Wiz out of line then? Now that we have the information that we know, the DJs were fucking up.
For me,
He
like
had
I
an album
said-
listening party. We need to play the album. In my eyes, we're playing the album as far as they give it to us until the artist says otherwise.
For me, I'd say until he starts to get physical with them, you should not put your hands on nobody.
He threatened to fight them pretty quickly.
you
Bro,
can't-
and not
you
for
can't-
nothing, he's MMA trained. He's jiu-jitsu Muay Thai.
Yo,
so
you know
I'm
what?
gonna say this: Wiz 4 years ago, before the MMA, is not threatening nobody.
right. Yeah.
I mean, I still think I can throw him. I don't know. He's just pretty skinny. I'll take a few hits, but I guarantee I'll get more hits off from his security guard than him. Like,
So
you know what I'm saying?
so that's another thing,
And
bro.
you've seen him in the
Yeah.
booth.
So I've done multiple celebrity events, and they got security obviously everywhere. And there's something to say about a celebrity. First of all, did y'all see the Rob Swift response to this video?
Nah, I missed it.
So Rob Swift is we've mentioned him on the podcast before, I think, and he's a very respected DJ, and also is one of those DJs that will say a lot of commentary. And he had this whole blurb. Fuck, did I screenshot it? I might have screenshot it because I think I was ready for this podcast. Give me a second. I didn't obviously because I'm the
How
worst
can
host
you
in the world.
not be
But
like-
basically what he said, but part of what he was saying was he's worked with a lot of rappers, and a rapper specifically will claim this hood mentality. They're gonna kill everybody, whatever. But they're really not like that behind closed doors. He's been
Wiz has
in the green room. He's been behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Wiz has never even claimed that shit. So again, obviously he has the MMA background now, so he's tough. I mean, if
I've
you're
seen
trained,
I've seen his training videos.
I mean,
bro.
if you train
I'm
at
a big
all,
Fingaz. I'm a big UFC guy.
yeah,
man.
he is a big
I
UFC
saw
guy.
his training too. I'm not, but I'm not. Me personally, I'm not. Like I said, I don't know their level of turn up. I'll get the first shot off. Just if I know I'm gonna get fucked up, I'm gonna get the first shot. If you're touching me, throwing my hat,
Yeah,
doing
bro.
this camera's going everywhere. I know it's gonna go viral.
Give Fingaz 5 shots of Grogu, and it's very, very different, bro.
Yo, I'll eat a few to the chin. Pause. I'll eat a few to the chin. You saw what I did there, right? When you did the handy bottle. Pause.
Fuck you, dude.
I'll take a few to the chin, but he's gonna get at least 1 or 2. He's gonna get 1 or 2 before he gets one off. If you're gonna touch me, cool. If I'm fucking up, or if the guy's fucking up, and like the DJ seemed real timid and like.
Yeah,
he didn't seem in control.
But are you thinking about the promoter? Are you thinking about are you thinking about the night? Are you thinking about?
No, I'm thinking about the 2 people controlling the decks.
I think
the 2 people at the decks. What the fuck is going on? And the mic guy, the MC, right when the artist has the fucking microphone, put the microphone down. It's the DJ, and it's the artist.
100%.
Going on.
100%.
You're not his hype man. You haven't been you guys haven't rehearsed together. You don't know when he's gonna stop. You don't know his breath control.
MC's listening.
You don't know none of that shit.
big time.
All right.
I did find the post I was referring to. It's pretty long. I'll try and just kind of breeze through it. Again, this is Rob Swift, very respected DJs you should know about him. This is, and I quote from his Facebook, "The arrogance from Wiz Khalifa towards the house DJs in this video encapsulates the puffed up sense of importance from a lot of rappers. I don't know what it is about holding a microphone to your mouth that gives rappers and MCs, honestly, on a local level, like Wiz Khalifa, a sense of grandiosity? Grandiosity. Sorry, I only did 5 years of college. But let me be the first one to say, I've sat behind the scenes with many of y'all, and I see right through the act. Most of y'all are insecure, can't fight, and none of y'all are killers, that's for sure." He goes on to say, with the recent awareness surrounding mental health, he goes into this mental health thing about the mental health between famous rappers and local DJs is very big, and that he's pretty much saying that Wiz Khalifa should be someone that should know not to tamper with someone's kind of ego or scene, especially when it's your resident club, your DJ booth, your scene, your town, your city. Don't fuck with that.
I feel like as the DJ, as much as we would probably want to clap back at him, dude. And if you're the resident, obviously, like we said before in the show, you represent something a little bit more than yourself.
Yes.
So I mean, at the end of the day, kudos to him. If everyone wants to say I would have thrown hands, I get that. But dude, I mean, good. I don't know. He's probably a better man than I am, because I probably would have to be honest with you, I would have closed my laptop. I would have packed my bags.
So that's what I would have done. A lot of people are saying about fighting him back. I would have closed my laptop, unplugged his microphone, and been like, and now what? Because and that raises the whole argument about who's the most important person in the room. There's the whole Facebook post or meme or whatever where it's the venue owner says this and the promoter says this and then the XYZ says this, but at the end of the day the DJ unplugs his shit and then no one has anything, right? Rob Swift does conclude his post with this: speaking of ... DJs, never let a rapper, or anyone for that matter, disrespect you in your club, at your residency, on your gear, in your own DJ booth. Never. If you don't know how to defend yourself, channel some of the DJ school money you had, whatever, to get some fighting classes. At the end of the day, should that happen, make a rapper like Wiz Khalifa regret it. I think the DJ culture was definitely up in flames over the last couple of days, but honestly, Cammy's information does provide a lot of important content.
It puts a lot of things in perspective. It does.
And let's put it this way, right? I think it does shed some light on the perspective. I would like to see the next few days a perspective of the MC and the DJ.
They've been very silent, bro.
I
looked up MC Tron. He's private.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's been private, but he has a lot of followers. I'm assuming he went private off.
I looked at Mike Danger's. There's nothing out there, bro. So. Oh yeah, I'm sure he's probably doing.
So to me, that shows some level of guilt. If you're not out there, defending
riding
yourself.
I think the internet's defending him for him. So in his mind, he's probably I don't have to say shit.
We kind of did what we at fault as well for assuming without having everything.
I did have a lot of assuming. I'm not gonna.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what the internet does. They're just gonna react. We're in a very reactionary time period in life right now. So when people just see something, they react without figuring out what's going on and what's the context of what's going on. So that's always going to be a first. So I wanted to wait because I heard that Wiz does have an interview ready talking about all that would happen.
No, he already.
I
did
saw
one.
some snippets of it. Yeah.
So it hasn't even dropped it. You just seen snippets of it.
Well, they took it down. Remember, I sent you guys that clip of him talking about it, and he was laughing his ass off. Like, yeah, I had to put them boys in their place.
So I mean, I think this raises a bigger question in terms of like how important is the DJ though in the event. You know
I'm just gonna let y'all know. Listen, just because Wiz Khalifa did it, don't get listen. First of all, I'm gonna make you look good on stage. That's what I do. I don't know about the other DJs, but don't take it upon yourself. If you suck and you're not getting the crowd going, and you think it's me, it's you, not me. Don't talk shit to me. Don't do it to me. I'm not trying to be a tough guy. I'm not trying, but I take my craft serious, and I know whoever that I'm DJing for, or whoever that I'm controlling the decks for, I'm gonna make sure that's A1. Like, don't think this is like the same thing with like I said, the Will Smith and Chris Rock thing, where it might give because I've seen it before where an artist like that doesn't really perform, that doesn't really practice on performing,
especially the new artists.
Yeah,
I mean, clubs are very ready to book the new hot artist that just blew up, and they have no
stage presence,
stage presence,
or
or
experience,
crowd manners, or they haven't been media trained. Like, there's a lot of artists that will do, especially in clubs, like us club DJs, that like these are dudes that like this is their 5th club appearance, and they don't know how to sound on a live mic. They don't know how to dance around, and even like the cardio of doing a performance. If we think about our favorite performers, Beyonce, Michael Jackson, Chris Brown, they're fucking doing the fucking
practicing,
pop locking,
constantly,
singing and dancing and shit
and
for 2 hours.
They're not even breathing heavy.
Constantly practicing.
That's cardio. You know what I'm saying?
They're trained to do that. But let me tell you right now, if you think you can come Wiz Khalifa for me, I'm gonna leave your eye black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. Relax. Let me know what we're talking about. Let's, if you got a set list, give it to me ahead of time. Don't come to me, I'm gonna airdrop your shit, because I'll leave your shit. Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow.
But we did open up another can of worms on the MC versus DJ shit, and I think this is very prevalent in East Coast DJing culture, because the fact of the matter is, for those who aren't well versed in, I think, just like national, let alone worldwide DJ culture, regions have styles.
Yeah, absolutely.
We talk about, I would break it down, I could be wrong. We talk about Eastern style, so this is going to be the tri-state area, Boston, I think, as far as major markets. Southern, so we're talking about Atlanta, into the Louisianas, the New Orleans. That still branches off and differs from Miami. Miami is its whole other entity. It's its own
thing. Yep.
Fort Lauderdale probably picks off of that, so let's say Fort Lauderdale. Let's just say Florida.
What about Houston? You think Houston falls in that?
Houston,
Atlanta?
I think, is like, I don't know how to do it. I see when people do Southern and bulk up like Atlanta and Texas. I don't think that's right.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Atlanta is a whole culture in itself.
Yeah.
I think like the Texas shit is like very like central Southern.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's awkward. But then we also have Chicago, which is what is the Midwest, has its own style. And then West Coast is very much its own style. So when the obvious thing to juxtapose is West Coast versus East Coast. East Coast, shit, if you go out in Boston, you're going to hear very quick transitions and a lot of mic work.
You're going to hear like 500 songs in a night.
Guess what?
Samples,
that is the
mic work.
opposite in LA.
Yeah, they let shit fly.
If you haven't been into it like and partied in LA, they're letting records roll and they're not touching the mic. It's just a different vibe.
They're also not touching the tempo either. It's the same.
Even as far as if you're an OG listener of But I Know the DJ, when we had Malcolm Xavier from DC on, it's the reason Cammy's now a host of the show is because he's been an OG listener.
I got you, baby. Come on now.
Love you, brother.
What the fuck, me too. Shit. Okay, go ahead.
So we had Malcolm Xavier from DC on the podcast like a year ago, 2 years ago, and even he was dogging on me because we DJed together a few times out there. He actually texted me today. Shout out Malcolm Xavier. And he was dogging on me because I was on an Afrobeat set and I was on like +6. And he's like, yo, what's up with y'all Boston DJs doing +1 million, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, yo, I think the bigger tempo, like that's why we do it, whatever. Yeah. But also, we're genre switching.
Yep.
So if I need to get ready to another genre, if I'm already like leading up to another genre, I know I'm always 5 steps ahead. Y'all know that.
Yeah.
I need to start like pushing tempos, whether it's down or up.
I think there's also, we talked about this before too, I think there's an energy thing that's a little bit different. I think when songs a little bit sped up, like the energy's a little bit higher. You know what I mean?
There's a lot of songs I just listen to. I mean, you're a big like remixer, redrum, edit guy. Like, I feel like most of your shit, you're already like if it's a 95, 93, you're just automatically putting it to 100.
Yeah, 100%.
Just on rip.
A little bit. It definitely gives it a different energy. I feel like there's a fine line where you should stop.
Yeah.
All right. Some DJs don't have that.
Yeah, I've heard
sense of.
I heard this one story repost. Jaja, which is a big like Afrobeat French. I think it's French Afrobeat record. I forgot homegirl's name. Not. Oh, I'm gonna fucking butcher it. But y'all know what I'm talking about. Oh, Jaja.
Yeah.
That's like a 90 or like a low 90.
Yeah, it's like 94, 92.
I heard someone playing it at like 110.
All right, that's
Like,
egregious.
yo, this is just it just changes the vibe of it, and it's no longer the song.
I hate when DJs do mixes where it's like you gotta when they speed it up too much. You got to find that right track to where that fits well. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. If it's a slow sing along, like, why the fuck you putting it at 110?
And this is what differentiates a DJ to a good DJ and then to a great DJ. There are tracks that are moment tracks, and then there's tracks that are connector tracks, like it's like Legos almost.
Yeah.
There's certain fucking blocks that's gonna get you from there to there. Right, and so if we have a record like Jaja, which is like low 90s, I'm gonna say maybe 95, 96, if anything.
Yep.
And we want to go to Joanna, which is at 108. There's gotta be something in the middle that connects them.
Yeah.
Because you're not jumping from 95 to 108. That's a jump.
You're not.
You see what I'm saying? Because it's gonna sound crazy, and you're gonna sound crazy.
You got to throw like a Bosey in there,
right?
Something,
yeah, just something.
That's
at
at 100.
Middle.
Okay, so what's the equalizer? 100.
Yeah,
something that's at 100.
Right.
Then
so
you can
slow
down or bring up, and the next thing you know, you're at 108.
Exactly.
Correct.
And then after that, you can go to the 110s, and the 115s, and the 120s.
Yeah, but to tie it all in, this is like a very specific thing that's unique about this
East
market
Coast.
as opposed to like West Coast.
So the reason why I bring up the reasons in general, a big thing in East Coast is the MCing. And we have DJs that know how to MC. We have in New York. I mean, we think of Funk Flex, who's the legend, the legend of NYC. Hot 97, shout out Hot 97, shout out Funk Flex.
Yep.
MCing is embedded in their culture. Mm-hmm. So when you go to a lot of clubs, I would exclude the Taos and the Marquees because they're getting a lot of DJs from outside markets. But if you're going to real fucking clubs in New York, I was just there this past weekend. A lot of MCing, and that's just the culture, and that's just how you get the reaction from the crowd, whatever, and that's very prevalent in Boston. All three of us do it, whether it's for better or for worse. So, people that need an MC, and then the MC, if they're being added on, what are their limitations? Like, what are the rules? Like, what are we doing?
I think first of all, having a good mic voice, knowing how to project is sound good over the song is a big plus. A lot of these motherfuckers sound like ass over the track. They're sounding too loud.
Can you I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Can you just give an explanation of kind of like how how are people doing it badly, and then what's the right way to do it?
So badly, I think, if you're doing it too much, if you're every track you're talking.
Right.
Every track you have to say something to switch the song. I feel like the people are gonna, you're not. I
think you're taking away from the DJing too a little bit,
you're
right?
Taking away from the DJ, taking away from the music. Even DJs that do it while they're DJing, I think it's too much.
Right.
And if you like me, I like to sprinkle things in and out. Like I'll ad lib.
Yeah.
Certain things. Like I won't say complete sentences for every single thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think there's marquee moments in like certain lyrics of the song that the crowd's going to react to, that you want to kind of emphasize with them to kind of share that experience is important. But also I feel like, my DJing personally has evolved a lot, especially through the last few years. And there's certain moments where like maybe a handful of times where I'll say something on the mic to transition a song.
Yep.
And if you have that in your bag of tools, I think it kind of broadens, your DJing style. But I mean, I'm with you at the end of the day, dude. People came to like listen to music, and if you're MCing on every track every 5 seconds, like you're doing the most.
If you're paying attention to the crowd, like after a while, people are gonna start doing this.
Yeah, bro.
Like looking up, like why is he like keep saying shit? Like you have to have that balance between knowing when to use that as, because it's a tool.
It is a tool.
It's a tool. It's not something that you're supposed to overuse. Like just like effects, sound effects. Mm-hmm. If you have it too loud, it's gonna sound like a train wreck. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's just having that middle ground to where you're using it as a tool to help you transition through the night and communicate with the people and guide the people, and not something that's just overpowering. Because some people don't really know how to DJ too well, so they use talking shit and effects,
samples. Yep.
To mask the
fact
that
the
they
bad
don't
mix
know
or whatever.
Yes. Yep.
So then, what is that line?
To me, like I said, it's just like it's just something you gotta feel, and like certain places, they want you, like in New York, like they want you to like, they like that shit.
Yeah, it's big in New York.
The
bro.
hookah lounge and shit, talking all night on the mic every time. Boom, 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 drop. Boom, boom,
Yeah.
drop. Ba-da-da-da, drop.
And to the point where there are some DJs that I've seen out there where that's just their style. Period.
Yeah.
They're not even really mixing at all,
That's so wild.
Drop-
and they're
Dropping
just
tracks.
dropping records. But the thing is, the way they drop them and where they're dropping them at breaks, they're
Yeah.
dropping them at bridges, they're dropping them at choruses, and honestly, that's a skill
It
too.
is a skill,
but then
yeah.
it's like now the DJ skill, like parameters
yeah,
change,
yeah.
right?
Are you a selector at that point, or
So there we go. You know, but if that's the style and that's where you're used to, and if that's where you want to stay,
Yeah, because you see
Bro,
cultures
that's-
like even like Jamaican music, like reggae.
there we go.
Bashment, like
Jamaican
bash-
DJs, I'm gonna be, hey,
and
I'm
they break all the rules. If
they break all the rules.
They don't
but
have
shit,
the-
if the fucking
Fine.
bashment is crazy,
they don't have the pitch sound. They have this shit plus 16, plus I think plus more than that.
but when they drop the record, it drops and the place goes, because that's the culture. Because again,
Yeah.
that's the kind
Region-
of reaction you're gonna get
regions have
in a
cultures.
Jamaican
Yeah.
setting. Once you drop, they just need to hear the beat, the first
Yeah.
beat, and they know what it is.
Yeah.
You pull it up.
Yeah.
MC does their thing.
There's like
and you're bringing it up.
75% talking and bringing
in
tracks
Jamaica.
back.
Oh my
And
god!
then
Oh my
actually
god!
hearing the song. They'll play the song for 15 seconds.
And then especially when you're running rhythms,
Yeah.
you're playing a song 10
Yeah.
seconds max,
Yeah.
Right,
and you're
right,
moving on
right.
to the next version of the same song.
So I guess it comes down to, if you're open format DJ, you don't have your own specific lane. You just have to know where you are before you get to a night. Ask about the night, just like with you. Like if you ever book me somewhere out here, I'm always asking you, what's the vibe like? Or if Rico books me somewhere, I'm like, what's the vibe like?
Yeah.
How it is in there. Where can I go?
Ask
Where
questions.
can I not go? You have
Always
to
ask
ask
there's no
questions.
shame in asking questions.
because
Yeah.
No shame
I
in
always
asking
do too,
questions.
yeah.
because then you get into a situation where you're just fixed. You can't be fixated in what you want to do. Like I prepare, but that's just for me to be prepared. I don't prepare for me to go by what I prepared all night, because the crowd
Could take you
50% of the
someplace
time
else.
is not going to be what I prepared. Like
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I can't. I got to be able to maneuver, and it's.
But it's good to
chess.
have, bro. It really is
chess.
good to have. Like you could think like walking into a venue based on like what someone tells you. Oh yeah, it's gonna be this all night, and then you walk in and you're like, oh, like this crowd of people just bought a table. Like
Exactly.
You should be able to
You know.
read that on the destination.
Yeah, man.
If I have played and will play again at Texas A&M. That's a destination. It's not going to change.
Yeah.
Like the people at Texas A&M are at Texas A&M. You know what I'm saying? So now that I've been there, I know what they like, and
Right.
I can adjust. Versus downtown Boston. Oh, guess what? Every week is going to look very different than the week before.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We have 5 fucking hotels surrounding us. New people are pulling up. If there's Hub Week, some tech conference, some marketing conference, a bunch of fucking losers are going to come in that never partied
It's a
before,
college town.
and I'll pull up a college town. September, everything's flipping on its head.
yeah.
September,
Yeah, everything
it's a
switches.
new fucking thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a new world in Boston. But that's a Boston thing.
Yeah.
I have DJs that hit me up from other cities, and they're like, yo, like I want to experience like Boston, like whatever. Because it is a thing.
But that's why a lot of DJs that come from other places can't really DJ in Boston like that. They complain about Boston, but when we go somewhere else, they're like, "Oh shit!"
Our bag is
You guys-
crazy because
yeah.
we're used to it.
Yeah,
dude.
When I DJed at Bodega in Fort Lauderdale, I went till 4 a.m. That's a deep bag.
Deep.
That were a
That's
lot
deep.
of DJs when they finish at 2 a.m. they're like, whew, that's all I got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God. Yeah, 2 more hours, buddy, and the tables flip. It's a whole nother world. Because the way it is in Fort Lauderdale, Miami, I mean, I guess in Florida in general, is that you have your pregame crowd that's 9 to 11. right? That's the people that are just like going after it. Probably birthdays, probably tourists that are coming in early. They're not used to the whole late night shit. So they're doing 9 to 11, and then they're going to, at a place like Bodega, very similar to Bodega here, actually. You know, it is a restaurant, loungy vibe, very sexy, low light. So they're probably going to start there before they go to Live, before they go 11 a story or whatever. And then you have your table crowd, 11 to 1, 11 to 2. They want to be there. They bought their tables there. That's their destination, and they're going to end it at 2, and then they're going to go home because they're fucking normal people.
Yep.
And then across the street from Bodega Fort Lauderdale is the Wharf, which is a venue that is a big club venue, but they close at 2. So then you have all the people that come out of the Wharf at 2, and now you have your 2 to 4 crowd.
Half in the bag.
Like,
so they're on a whole different energy.
They're on a whole different vibe. They've been drunk. They've been lit. They're coming off a vibe. They're not that what their post vibe.
That's cool.
But also in terms of the night that I played there specifically, all the DJs that got off at 2 had their own table because they were all DJs. Same with imagine if we all got off at 2 and Bodega Canal stayed at 4. We would all go get our own table, shorties, whatever, and we'd link up. Right? That's exactly what they did.
Yeah, that's
they
cool.
got the table right next to me. But I didn't know.
Yeah.
In the beginning, I didn't know. I was just like, there's a bunch of guys, whatever. And I'm doing my thing. One of them shout out Kuya Trey, my guy Kuya, comes up to me, goes, "Yo, what the fuck? Who the fuck are you?" I go, "Bro, I'm an East Coast guy. I'm North Side. You know what I'm saying? I'm Boston guy. You know what I'm saying? Spiff got me in. Shout out DJ Spiff. And he was like, "Yo, Boston DJs. This is how Boston DJs move." I go,
some of us.
Yeah, some of them. I'm like, I don't represent everybody, but I represent like 30. You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes maybe.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. But that's what I'm saying.
That was my uncle who said that.
But thing is, if you go to other regions, they'll read that you're from somewhere else because of the style. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. A lot of people are thinking about international shit. We look on IG and everything's international. We don't even understand our domestic markets.
Yep.
How different these domestic markets are. Bro, you go to LA. Well,
yeah.
We interrupt this program for a very important announcement.
Yeah.
What are these drinks? Are these shots or are these drinks?
Wow.
Oh.
Thanks, son. Appreciate you.
Oh, there's drinks, or there's shots, or there's alcohol.
Is this Red Bull?
Vodka
am
Rebel?
I gonna get
No.
roofied?
What's in this?
Thanks, Andy.
Ooh.
This is Red Bull and what? And whiskey. Oh, I'm very familiar. I'm quite familiar with this drink.
Bartender in the house tonight.
Cheers.
But I know the DJ to the fucking moon. Shout out all of our listeners.
Yeah, baby.
Yo, it's been a great.
If you're watching on YouTube, you see the vibes.
Episodes,
it's been a great couple episodes, and we're back heavy.
People, yo, listen, there's a lot of things about to happen. All right, we ain't gonna jinx it, but look where we are right now.
Excited for the future, bro.
Meant to be in venue.
Bless you.
Are we?
What were you talking about? Oh yeah. If you did, wait, what?
Can we shot these down? Or are we just gonna sip them?
I'm sipping mine.
Oh, they're sippers. What the fuck? What is wrong with you?
These goddamn DJs, man.
Can I look at which camera am I looking at? Which is the main camera? These two? This one? Listen, guys, we're in a room full of guys, and Fingaz is trying to impress somebody.
Huh, me?
We don't gotta do it. Listen, we don't gotta do this.
You might never know.
We don't gotta do
might
this.
come on stage later on and want to get black and yellow. So I gotta be ready and be loose.
Who you trying to impress?
Who?
Who you trying to impress?
I was thirsty. What the fuck?
Yeah, thirsty. You have a bottle of water that
It's
you have barely
fucking
touched,
warm.
and you want to fucking chug the whiskey.
It's warm.
Club
anyways.
going up on a Tuesday.
Well, you guys gotta understand too. Like back then, like Tuesday night was better than a Saturday
back then?
night.
Bro, we were talking about...
I'm talking about like 2012, 2015.
Like rumor?
Yo,
To when? To when though? When did it end?
I'd say like
Was it COVID?
no. Way before that. Way before that.
I mean, I was outside on Tuesdays and Wednesdays.
Wednesdays were bad fun.
No, this is talking way before that. I think it's way before, even before that. But anyways, there was a culture where Tuesdays was better than Fridays.
So
and Saturdays.
so what changed? What happened?
It just the people got older. People, the ballers and things just changed. You know what I'm saying? Like it just shifted. Just like everything's gonna shift. It got to a point. Like I feel like right now, like the party goers ain't as wild as it used to be.
Okay, so that is a
But
whole topic.
I feel like there's
That's a whole topic.
The next generation might be crazy.
So I'm saying, like, as generations move, like how does it go from people that want to party Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday? Sundays wasn't a thing though.
Sundays was a thing.
Still,
Sundays was huge.
So how does it go from a culture that wants to do that to a culture that just wants to do none of it?
The pussification of America.
I think a lot of it has to do with like the culture shifting. Like,
what does that mean though? Culture shifting means what? That's a buzzword, bro.
Who are the people? So tell me, who are the people that were going out on Tuesdays that aren't going out anymore?
There were a lot of big money spenders. We don't have a lot of that going on right now. There wasn't a lot of showboating. There's a lot of more putting your money to your mouth type shit. Real dudes out here like spending money, like making shit happen.
Do you think social media broke that because they can do it there, so they don't gotta do the club?
As far as like people, like people being online, like there was like MySpace and shit like that. It wasn't like a TikTok.
I had a MySpace.
All this stuff. Like I don't even know how to pinpoint it, but it was just complete. Like the party scene was just completely different to where there were a lot more spenders, people coming out spending more money. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like I think that was a big factor for it too, for it changing like that. And then promoters getting older and going to go do other things, and people getting older doing other things. So
the reason why I love our host now is because we do have a good spread in terms of age, experience, styles, XYZ. Fingaz, you are the senior in terms of our host. Can you please be more specific in terms of what you mean of like the promoters changing? You just mentioned the promoters changing. Like, what is there a style? Does it come to social media? Does it come to venues? What does it come down to?
I think it does come down. It's a mixture of everything. A lot of I said like people. This industry is like, I say that the lifespan within this industry, I'd say is 15 years. If you
as a party goer,
as a promoter. If you're really
the party goer, I feel like is
3 years.
Smaller than that, yeah.
I feel like it's like 3 years.
Yeah, if you're really into like your phone book is huge. You're booking real dudes out here like
phone book.
Well,
phone book.
Yellow Pages.
Your phone book.
Y'all know what a phone book is? Yo, Eli, you just turned 21, right?
Almost 22. What is the thing?
You just turned 21. What's a phone book?
I'm sorry, if your contacts.
What's a phone book?
Big book with phone numbers from like back in the dark ages.
Yeah, back in the dark ages. Hey,
but my point exactly. That wasn't even that long ago. It wasn't that long ago.
That's what I'm asking. This is 21-year-old.
Exactly.
He says dark ages.
But it's just that gap is so huge to people like that. Like, have you ever used a cassette player before in your life?
Yeah.
But he's already so
really
in that culture.
That's surprising.
Have you?
Yeah, but I'm 27.
Yeah. So you're right there.
So I feel like I'm the middle. So that's why I'm surprised by the 21-year-old that he's used one.
I mean, it all depends. It all depends on where you come from as well.
You got older.
Do you have older siblings, Eli?
That's
so.
It all depends on where. See, me being 32, I know way before my time because of my parents, the music they played, the people I was around, my uncle being a DJ and schooling me on things like that, and even me taking the initiative to go back and learn things. You know what I'm saying?
Back and learn things is a big thing because I came up on the control, like, because again I'm in the weird middle. So when I was 18, let me see math. About when I was transitioning from senior year to college, like Ultra and EDM was big. So like we're talking about the Avicii's, we're talking about the Hardwells and shit. So everything was very digital, controller heavy, and that's what I came in on, right? Years later, I go back to the vinyl, back to the turntables, back, you know what I'm saying? To make sure I can learn how to fucking...
Yeah, but you can't really say back because it's not something that actually left. What it is just something new came about. Everyone was still... Why
would I go to a floppy disk and a cassette, though?
I mean, but you're not going backward. I feel like going backwards is something that was obsolete. Turntables were still a thing.
Then I think that's a waste of time.
I feel like you became more versatile in different styles and different techniques of DJing, which some people.
I think that's still going backwards though, because if music or if hardware is going,
can't, because Pioneer dropped a brand new turntable.
But what can it do?
Vinyl.
But what can it do? How much more can it do?
A lot more as far as from a technique.
But if I go back to a technique and learn the technique. That's not going back?
Yeah, I just feel like going back is not the word for it. I just feel like you.
I mean, I do see what you're saying.
Something that's still
but bro, like I mean, and Eli, correct me if I'm wrong. So Eli, shout out Eli. Shot by EK on Instagram. Big photographer energy. Very hunky.
Snax wants another shot, by the way.
Sure. So Eli spent his fair share on DJing. And Eli, correct me if I'm wrong. A lot of DJs your age, 21, 22, very controller heavy, very dance music heavy. It's all tech house.
Yeah, I mean, you look at every DJ my age, I don't know a single DJ in a 2-3 year range of me that came up on turntables.
So what he said, because I don't know if the mic can pick up, he said any DJ that is 2 to 3 years from him range is coming up on turntablism or turntables at all.
When I got into event DJing, that's when I got into CDJs because that's what the company I worked for had.
Yeah.
So then I had to kind of go back. Maybe that's
But even the influence of style, because especially now, dude, like even when we go on TikTok, like tech house is big on TikTok.
Yep.
You go into your Spotify, it's tech house. When you go into online festivals, it's tech house. At least when I was still a kid, there was still a lot of DJs that were studying on hip hop.
Yeah.
And still turntablism.
Agreed.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's gone. So that's why I'm seeing a lot of young DJs that are hitting me up. DJs, bless you.
That's you.
DJs that are hitting me up, DJs that I'm seeing online, DJs that I'm seeing whatever.
They're asking, for
You know, they're all playing tech house, and that's like what DJing is to them. Let alone the fucking 70s, 80s, where they're fucking really
And
fucking the juice, that juice scene that inspired a lot of DJs.
Well,
You know what I'm saying?
When I started to DJ,
Did it inspire you at all? That juice scene? You know what
of
I'm talking
course, yeah, man. But I started with CDs. I started with
I'm
CDs.
gonna fucking throw up.
Straight CDs. I mean, that's why I can blend better than you, because I started with CDs.
Oh boy.
That's the reason why I can blend better than you, because I started with CDs. You know what I'm saying? So you all you want, but I can, my blending is A1. There's nothing about it. I don't have to look at the screen. I don't gotta do none of that. I don't gotta look at the numbers. I just know on top of my head. All right, shots fired, bang bang, pow pow. What are we talking about? All right, CDs for me prepped me a lot for blending, and it taught me. And with the CDs at that time, there was no intros and outros like y'all motherfuckers have today. There was none of that shit. I'm talking about using the intros that were just like, 3-bar intros, the awkward shit, knowing when to do that,
intros.
knowing when to bring it back. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Don't shit on
And I think
that ties
and
back
you
into
can't even
the
shit on that
point.
because you started off on Sticks. Sticks is the same thing as it's a different version.
Why
of
are you
it.
saying your buzzer better than mine?
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
but that is a
That
point
ties into your
because I know I listened to the 20 podcast.
Yep.
We familiar? This
Yeah.
is another DJ podcast that is bigger than us, not for long. They had Lil Jon on for their 100th episode, 200th episode, something like that. I was re-listening to it on a trip back from Connecticut on a drive for a wedding, and Lil Jon obviously is as musical as they come, a DJ in himself, producer in himself. And he admitted that he, as a DJ producer, is producing his records with automatic intros. Think about it. Snap Your Fingers has an automatic intro in it. Yeah, has an automatic intro, even though we're dropping it from the one.
Yeah.
Has an intro built in.
Yeah.
Think of a lot turned down for what? Has an intro. Like,
Dude, that
all
I
of
never thought about
exactly.
it that way.
Yo, but even
because
within
he's
that-
a DJ.
Yeah, but even within that, there's DJs that don't know that. They don't know how to beat count. When people come to me to learn how to DJ, I teach them how to beat count first.
So important.
We don't touch turntables yet.
I say
count.
DJing is more math than you think it is.
That's
It
so
is.
true. So true.
More math than you
Learn
think
how to
it
beat
is.
count. Learn that type of shit.
Because even like beat matching too, not even just beat matching, but like scratching. All scratch patterns are based off of
Numbers.
Numbers,
It's all
beat
based on
counting.
beats and tempos and so if you're scratching over a eight bar beat break, you should know that's going to come on probably the 1, the 3, the 5. You know what I mean? Like, or even the offs, or the 2, the 4s. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is all math. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, guess what? You're probably not there yet.
Perfect example, Mo Bamba, right? I got hoes.
You said
right?
this before in another episode. It's on the offbeat.
Yeah, it's on the offbeat. When it goes, oh fuck, Shit.
You know what's another example?
Which we found out in the studio, by the way.
Dudes can't. There's a lot of dudes that don't know how to drop that song.
I knew about it because he re-mentioned it. So I thought about this exact moment.
So if you go, you gotta drop that on the 1. Boom. Actually on the 2. So boom. Oh fuck. Shit.
You know what's another good example
You're
of this is In the Club, 50 Cent.
Yes, dude.
Yeah.
100%.
The entire, even if you get an intro, it's off,
bro. And that's why you could do whatever. But like that's why for me, for songs like that too, it's usually a mic transition.
It's
all off.
Yep.
It's all off.
Yep.
Single Ladies.
Single Ladies is the fucking worst song to fucking.
A lot of dudes don't know how to do that.
Rock Your Body.
Rock Your Body. Which
is
one?
It off?
I'm pretty sure because it's a Pharrell beat, so it's a.
I don't think Rock Your Body's on
one.
No, Rock Your Body's on one.
Rock Your Body's on the one.
No, Rock Your Body's on one.
But like stuff like
Beautiful.
that.
Beautiful is
Right,
on the 2.
One.
Yep.
Yeah,
it hesitates on the 1.
Yep.
So y'all revisit the songs we just mentioned, In the Club, pretty much every other Pharrell beat.
Practice how to drop those, and you'll practice. And
you'll see. Go put them on your Serato. They're not on the 1. And so when they're not on the 1, again, all these fucking house DJs.
Yo, but you know what the shit is?
Get off of that shit right now. Get off of it. Get off of it.
A lot of these dudes is goofballs. There's a lot of DJs that are goofballs.
I wasn't going to say that.
No, wait. We got to keep it real. All right. There's a lot of DJs that don't have rhythm. A lot of DJs that don't really party, go dance. All right. They dropping shit off beat. Like you gotta know the party. You gotta be a partier. Me, I'm a partier. I'm a dancer. He's a dancer. You know what I'm saying? Like, and if you don't get it, you get it.
Big twerk guy.
You know what I'm saying?
Big twerk guy.
Big twerk vibes. Okay, it's just like a lot of you dudes just need to like simmer down a little bit. All right. I know DJing's a lot of clout based shit. It's you're the main center of attention. All right, but you got dudes like us when we go out, we're paying attention. You know?
But like even if you do drop it off, just have the wherewithal to correct it.
Yeah.
We talked about this before in the show. Dude, just develop your skills. Learn the right way. Learn the right way. Know how to correct your shit, and it won't sound like shit. You know what I mean?
But then there's
I feel
those
like people don't care.
People don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
they're drunk. They don't care. They'll care for that 1 second, and then you have those people in the comments like, "Oh shit, you're the nastiest DJ I ever met in my life." Oh
yeah,
my god. Pause. Like, no, he's not.
Wait. I
He's
missed
asking
that.
for
What
Henny.
was that?
He's asking for
pause.
Henny. He's asking for Henny over here.
Yeah, I said pause. Pause. When you say little Henny sign, you gotta say pause.
Oh, I got a full cup this time?
What's going on here?
Shout out our bartender. Shout out our bottle girls. Shout out Sandy and Vanessa in the building. Looking incredible.
Yes.
Guys, this is a full production episode, guys.
I want to talk about what might happen, but I don't want to talk about
it might happen.
It might happen.
So, but I can't give context in terms of where we are.
Yeah,
Yes,
go ahead.
Where we are currently. So, when you guys listen to this, we're going to be 2 weeks off, 1 week off. We do a 2-week cadence.
Yeah.
If you were at this event, you'll know the vibes. Here come the drinks. Bottle girl! Eli! Who's taking them home after this? Jesus.
Hold up, wait a minute.
Y'all know that was finished?
I'm not finished.
Where we currently are, so we are, obviously, as we said it from the beginning, we are, if you're here. What'd you do?
Pásame la hookah.
Fingaz, what was that?
Huh?
What was that?
Pass me the hoop.
No. But how did you gesture that?
I said.
Oh, wow.
me the
That's
hookah.
crazy. You don't see that?
What do you mean? You said this, bro.
No, but what did you do?
I said. This is crazy right here, yo. Yo, pass me the hoop.
Dude,
Yo,
train has derailed. The train has derailed.
Pause.
So again, we'll give the
Jesus
context. So obviously we are at Venue Nightclub here in Boston, Massachusetts. But the reason why we are here is because next door, I don't know if you guys can hear the vibration.
Can you hear
Yeah,
that?
can you hear it on the mic?
Because there's an active party that's going on.
I love that, though. That's cool. That's cool shit.
And I'm sorry if it's destroying the podcast,
Is
but
it like destroying it right now?
it's a little fucked up. You can hear it. Because DJ Fab is going crazy on the opening set right now.
Turn the bass down, motherfucker. What
And
the fuck?
because there is an active
Fabricio.
album listening party for NE-YO, an absolute legend, musical legend. So that's going on right now
Spoiler
next
alert.
door, and that's why we're here.
This is strong.
So is
Oh,
it?
Shit. Take a sip of that. Take a
I'm
sip
still
of
working on the.
Bless you.
Do you have a ride home today, or is it?
You don't have to call. It's okay, girl. Cause I'ma be
No, but seriously,
alright.
what the fuck are you gonna drop when I drop that?
News at the W.
What are you gonna drop that? What Chris Brown song would you drop after that?
Okay, so
He doesn't know because he knows he's about to.
no. Okay. So obviously, if you guys really follow us, Usher Chris Brown versus has been a very hot topic on Facebook, on Instagram, on the show. And at this point, even though Fingaz on this show said that he would go for Chris Brown, am I incorrect?
No, you're right.
Am I incorrect, Fingaz?
Roll the tape.
Roll the tape.
Roll the tape.
Roll
baby.
the fucking
Roll the
tape.
tape. Roll the tape.
It's on record,
But I retracted my statement, didn't I?
and that's fine.
Publicly, I tagged you on it. I said, listen, after because Chris Brown is my favorite artist, and Chris Brown is a little bit more.
Remember that.
He is my favorite R&B artist. I said that. He's my favorite R&B artist. I'm not gonna lie about that. Or he's all around. He's the closest thing to Michael Jackson that we have, and Michael Jackson is my number one.
Oh my God, this drink is strong as fuck.
Yeah, he's trying to. Trying to get date raped. Hey, listen, if you're out there, I know this has also been a topic out there about roofies and drinks in Boston. Just take care of your drink. Don't leave it. Don't turn around away from it. It's addicts. Just
Well, really, the second you get it, just chug it.
just chug it.
And you
Yeah,
don't
pull
have
fingers.
fingers.
Don't place it down.
Pull fingers,
and
one
walk
touch.
away and then come back and expect nobody to roofie your shit.
Drink safety.
Yeah, I mean, you're
We're all-
asking for.
We're
it.
all about
Like,
drink safety here, but I know the DJ.
But anyways,
Anywho,
anywho,
so Chris Brown, Usher.
me and Snax.
At this point, I took the role of Chris Brown because I guess
at this point, from the beginning, what are you talking about?
You did the same thing.
I
You
know,
said
but
Chris
you
Brown
never
would
change
beat
your
him.
stand. You never change. So don't say at this point.
No, because all this out of nowhere,
out.
because we were all agreeing, and then all of a sudden you were like, "Oh no, I'm with Usher," and I'm like, "Okay."
Anyways,
And I said specifically, I have to think about it. Like I'm
I feel
not like it's gun in my head if I had to pick somebody.
I feel like culturally, Usher's songs are going to hit different. Now, here's the thing.
I think when you say that, you just mean that it's covered more time. Which is just a factor
I'm
of
not.
the
That's
age.
not what I'm just
Yep.
saying. Now,
what I'm saying.
I'm with you, yeah, bro.
here's going to be what might be to your advantage. If we do this battle, right, which we're planning, right?
Which we are planning.
If we
There
do
you
this
go.
battle, if we have more younger people in the crowd,
Sure.
you're going to win this. If we have more older people in the crowd, I'm going to win this.
Invite your friends.
You know what I'm saying? Yo, listen.
You'll tell your friends about it.
Yeah.
But you were gonna know, so you don't have to call. What would be my response to it, right?
What would be your response? You don't have
In
to
a
call.
versus setting, no, it's not that. I mean, you don't have to call is one of his biggest records.
Yeah.
So it's like, again, I was just rewatching I just happened to be rewatching the Ne-Yo and Jonte Smith one. Smith.
I think it's. I don't know.
You know. And context has a lot to do with it. Where in the verses it has a lot to do with it. Because if they have records, they have records. And there was one record. I think it was like, fuck. He did one record that Ne-Yo just did a throwaway because he was just like, it's not.
Yeah.
worth,
I'm not
like,
going to
trying
win. Yeah.
It's not worth like
Yeah,
trying to
that's,
risk a banger.
a banger and lose. Yep.
I feel like Ne-Yo needs another. He needs another opponent, and we spoke about this.
Yep.
And then
The Dream.
The Dream.
That would've been a
It's
great
a
one.
perfect opponent.
But I feel like he has more. He has more individual tracks than the Dream in itself. So
Auto Girl.
I think he has more. I think he has more tracks for himself than the Dream. The Dream has more tracks that he's done for other people. So I think right there, Ne-Yo's already going to win
How
with
many
just his
albums does
songs.
the Dream have on his own? Is it just it's not the one. He has two.
He ain't more than three.
I'm going to fact check
It's not
that.
more
He
than
has
three.
two. He has two ones that I can think of, which means if he has another one, there's no hits on it.
You talking about the Dream?
The Dream. He has the one with I'm gonna be that guy. He has the one with just him on the white background where it's like this, and then he has the other one where it's a red background.
Yeah.
So Love, Hate,
and
and then Love Verse Money. You're correct.
Love versus Money.
So
It's
no
just the
more
two,
than
right?
He has a Love King after that. I'm going to see what's on
nothing.
that.
What's on that?
I think nothing.
Nothing crazy.
think
Maybe
nothing.
one single.
Nothing.
So wait. To your point though. So the thing about Ne-Yo's verses is when Ne-Yo does a verses, and it's fair game when it's especially. So that was specifically a songwriter's verses. But fuck, if Ne-Yo writes his own fucking songs, it's fair game. Am I
Yeah.
incorrect? So I mean, we're talking about Ne-Yo, who has 3 classic #1 R&B albums back to back to back.
Yeah.
And
It's fair game.
yep. What about in the song? Did we mention the songs that he wrote as
And
well?
then the song on top of that. So that's what I'm saying. No, I mean, he was doing them.
I think he had a solid 15 of him,
That's what I'm saying.
of just him. So I think right there, it's already a disadvantage.
And then he has crazy Rihanna cosigns. We're talking about Take a Bow.
Mario.
just irreplaceable.
We're talking about.
Just irreplaceable.
Shit, I wasn't even going to go to that yet. You motherfucker.
That shit hurt.
Did it really? I'm sorry.
Black and yellow, black and yellow.
You just quiz me, bro.
So, oh, Jesus. So, yeah, Ne-Yo got the Rihanna cosigns with Take a Bow, Unfaithful. And then, yeah, he has the fucking Beyonce. He wrote Irreplaceable, bro.
Bro, he's got some huge records across the board.
You know what's even bigger than that? He wrote the #1 R&B song for how many weeks?
Fucking got it.
I'm sorry. It's too good. It's too good. It's too good.
I know,
He
man.
wrote Let Me Love You, which is unbeatable, I think, in any verses.
I don't know.
Has to be.
I don't know who can evenly face him, bro. I really don't.
No,
know.
The Dream.
I don't think that's a good.
Bro,
match
The Dream-
either. I don't think so.
Bro, The Dream.
I think it would be a better opponent, but I think
Because
I
The
think
Dream
he'd
is
still
going to end
pull it
up
off.
singing more songs of other
Dude, The
artists. in
Dream
his
wrote
own.
Umbrella.
So what, he's going to go sing Umbrella? You got to think about how it is
He
now.
did the demo.
But you got to think about it how it is now. It's not like
Bro,
you're
what are
not
you talking about?
You got to think about the dynamics of verses now. It's on stage. The performance aspect is in and out, so it's different now.
Yeah.
Bro,
Back in the day when it
he
was
wrote
like
Baby by Justin
pandemic,
Bieber, bro.
when it was pandemic type of style.
Before we continue, we want to share a word from our sponsor. Yes, we have a sponsor, a great sponsor, actually. Want to know how us DJs stay so relaxed and engaged within this crazy industry? Our friends at Happy Valley. Fuck! All right, here we go. Before we continue, we want to share a word from our sponsor. Yes, we have a sponsor, a great sponsor, actually. Want to know how us DJs stay relaxed and engaged within this crazy industry? Our friends at Happy Valley Premium Cannabis Dispensary located in East Boston have held us down with essential pre-rolls, cartridges, vegan fruit drops, and Fingaz' favorite, dark chocolate bars. At Happy Valley, their mission is to unlock the premium cannabis experience by providing consistent quality products and exceptional customer service anchored by industry-leading technology. And guest listeners, they have not disappointed. They provide some of the highest quality products in Massachusetts and are leading the charge to create a premium cannabis experience for you. Visit Happy Valley East Boston today to get 20% off a single accessory with the promo code DOPE. And tell them, but I know the DJ sent you. Let's go! So here we are on the But I Know the DJ podcast here with 2 very special guests. We have 3-time Grammy Award winner, songwriter, singer, dancer, actor. He's doing everything. The legendary Ne-Yo. Make some noise, please, for the podcast.
Yes, sir.
We have director Anna here in the building as well. Oh my goodness, Ne-Yo, please, thank you so much for coming on to the podcast. So we are such big fans, all 3 of us. DJs here, we're all 80s, 90s babies.
Yes, sir.
Big fans of you guys. You shaped all of our musical legacies here to this point as we are in the present, as you've been a legend in the game. And here you are in town in Boston filming a movie. Please tell us, both of you, either of you guys, please tell us about what you're doing here currently right now.
Well, I'm here with Anna. Anna's the director of the film. The name of the movie.
Yes, she is.
Blunt. I won't go into what the movie is. I'll let Anna.
All right.
The movie's about a woman who gets trapped inside her own vacation rental from blunt force trauma to the head. And she has to figure out who did that to her and why. So it's kind of like a clue, like a whodunit. There's other things about the word blunt that play into the movie
Absolutely.
as well.
A big wordplay. I mean, as DJs, we know what that means for sure. As a
Yes, sir.
songwriter, you know what that means for sure. How has, been blossoming your kind of career again from, as we trace it all the way back to singer-songwriter into what you are today? How has that transition been?
I mean, it's been beautiful. It's been tragic. It's been all of those things at the same time. But those are the things that kind of create the contrast needed for it to be an experience, and that experience then imitates the art. It's just a cycle, man. So it's been good.
Absolutely, and you've been a renaissance man from jump. Obviously, we have your new album that has just dropped weeks ago, days ago.
Self-Explanatory.
Let's go.
I know we've been bumping it for days. It's been amazing, up and down, top to bottom. It's been an amazing project. What's it like putting out this new album? What's been the feedback you've been getting? How are you feeling about it?
The last
it's been a minute.
My first project since 2018.
Absolutely, yes, sir.
The feedback has been beautiful, man. Like I'm loving the fact that, to be completely honest, bro, I've been here damn near 20 years. The fact that people still give a damn about a Ne-Yo song is enough for me.
Oh man, come on, what?
Come on,
really?
There's 2 whole generations coming up behind me, man. I get it. But I'm saying the fact that people still give a damn about the art that I create, it means a lot to me. So I appreciate the love. The album's been getting a lot of love. Yeah, man, it feels good. It feels good.
That's awesome, bro. And I know, given obviously we had a global pandemic, which none of us were expecting. You know, and I know us as DJs affected us. Can you talk about a little bit how that affected you and your creative process, and just how excited you are to have this project out?
Well, man, so of course, yeah, that 2 year period where that 2 year period where the quarantine and COVID kind of messed everything up. I wasn't really doing much creating at all in that space, just because. To be honest, I was damn terrified. You watch CNN every day, and they tell me that the death toll is rising. And I'm like, it's a hell with a song right now. Let me make sure. I was in that spot. So, so it took a minute for that to wear off, to where I could even be like, all right, let's get in the studio and try to make some music now. Like you had to let that get off you first. I couldn't take that in the studio with me.
I mean, even just, being in this industry for so long, how do you still find the inspiration? How do you deal with writer's block? How do you deal with stuff like that? 'Cause I know you've penned some crazy songs aside from yourself. So, how do you still find that inspiration? Do you take still pieces from your life to put it in your music? Do you, do you get a collective of writers together for this album? How did that go about?
It's a little bit of all of that. You have to maintain a passion for this. You got to still enjoy this. You know what I'm saying? This is not a job to me. I have a studio in my home, meaning if I'm not being paid to do so, you're probably gonna find me in the studio just because I enjoy making music. You know what I mean? And that's what keeps me going. It's not a chore, you know what I'm saying? I'm not tensing a muscle. This is easy for me. I enjoy it, therefore I will continue to do it. I will continue to keep up with it,
Yes, sir.
What's hot right now, what's not right now, and all of that,
I mean, you historically, with your songs, you've always started off with great opening lines into songs. And for me, my favorite song on the album is Don't Love Me. That's my favorite song on the album. I feel like I related to that. How hard is it to, as a human being to actually, put into a song hey, listen, I put you first. Being totally straight up with yourself and being vulnerable these days. You know what I'm saying?
Vulnerability nowadays is damn near taboo, which is weird, because there was a point in time where the essence of R&B was that vulnerability.
R&B is tough these days.
So why is that? I think, again, us, I was kind of given a hint to our age to be able to kind of give context in terms of how much we appreciate you. But you, as somebody who has kind of lived, really given the backbone and being heavily involved in terms of the last, let's say, 20 years of R&B music, but there has been a shift. Us as DJs, we look at, if there's the brunch party, we're playing the 90s, 2000s R&B in terms of where your heaviest shit is really going crazy, and then why aren't we playing the new shit? What is that distinction in terms of you being someone who's kind of played roles in both parts? Where is that distinction change?
I think the hip hop makeover that everything got once hip hop became the number one genre of music. So you look at this new generation; they're not coming up on I came up with Boyz II Men,
right,
and Jodeci and Drew Hill and all of these R&B groups, R&B acts,
right.
These cats is coming up on hip hop.
They're
coming up on the rappers. So of course, even if it's melodic, it's still gonna have that rap fit, that hip hop feel to it, because that's what they're coming up listening to.
Right.
You know what I mean? We're all inspired by what comes before us. So, I mean, and mind you, I don't necessarily look at it as a problem or a bad thing, because music is going to evolve. Your music was not your uncle's music, was not his uncle, was not your grandfather's music, was not your dad's music on down.
Hold on, what did Usher say?
Evolve or evaporate.
Yes, sir.
Shouts to the
Yes,
boy
sir.
Evolve or
Usher.
evaporate,
So
man.
you have to be aware of the times. Now, mind you, you don't want to chase a trend. You don't want to try to reinvent yourself to be that because it's hot right now. Because we all know once the trend goes, if you lock to that trend, then you go with it.
And I think that's where you did a great job on this new project. You really stayed true to yourself, and I know for all of us, we really appreciate that.
And that's even been reflected on the features, though, in a way. At least outside looking in, right? So there's very selective features. There's only 4 features I think on it.
Yeah, I think 3 or 4.
So we have Zay France, right, who's I think is a collaborator.
Trippy.
And then we have
Trippie
Jeremiah,
Redd,
who's R&B,
Jeremiah.
been R&B for a minute, but then we have people like Trippie Redd
Young
and
Blue.
Young Blue.
Trippie Redd was a left field for
was a
me.
left
I
for
wasn't
me
ready
as
for
well.
That was
that.
awesome.
And then
I
on the
wasn't
Young
ready
Blue
for that.
record, we have a beat switch. So
Yeah,
is this
was
reflective in
crazy.
terms of what you're saying as far as the new landscape of R&B? Like, where did that come from?
It's acknowledging the fact that the rules are bendable and the lines are blurred. You know, I can honestly sit there and say that I got the whole concept for the beat switch from the Drake and Future record. Like that's where I got the idea to do that. Like,
so I thought of
there.
like Travis Scott, like Sicko Mode, shit. Like the beat switches are big now.
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah, they're everywhere
It's a thing now.
Yeah.
But like at the time, it was just kind of an escape from format. You know, just doing something else. Hook verse. Done. Like, like it's
Right,
boring.
right.
You want to try something else. But I kept the features on this album light because I almost felt like it's been 4 years since I put a project out. I don't need the attention to be so divided. You know what I mean? I need to remind my audience of who I am and introduce myself to a new audience. And you can't do that surrounded by so many people. You gotta,
because you have a broad audience. You have the R&B, you have the pop. So I like at the end of the album, you kind of brought that together when you did the kind of the poppy style out, this tracks and stuff like that, because people love you for that as well. The dance, music, stuff like that.
You want to try to feed your whole fan base. You know, what I'm saying? That's the plight of an artist. Like once you are accepted by them, now you got to look out for them. Now you got to take care of them because they accepted you. You know what I mean? So yeah,
absolutely. And I know obviously we talked about like the younger generations behind you, given the longevity and bro, it's still going, man, of the career. What advice would you give to them?
You know what? We are in an era now. It's honestly a beautiful era for art because you can be unapologetically who you are and wait for your audience, wait for your people to find you.
Amen.
Like we're not governed by the gatekeepers anymore. You can literally go online and find the music or the art that makes sense with you, and that allows the artist to just be who the hell you are. You don't have to chase a fad or a trend. You don't got to do this because that's what's hot. You can be who you are and let your people find you. Do not chase the world. You will never stop running. You will never stop running.
Woo!
Those are bars. Those are bars. Those are bars.
I mean, aside from all that, I feel like there's nobody can touch you in the verses. That's how I feel. Just because you have, like, we were talking about this, and we
have a lot of fantasy verses, obviously.
And we came up with the Dream, but my thing with the Dream is he doesn't have a lot of single tracks with just his vocals on it. And now with the verses now, it's a lot of performance based. You guys are on stage, so
Right.
I know.
And we know you did a verses. Obviously, it was on the bare bones end of it.
That was.
You know what I'm saying?
No
I'm sure it would be very different if you did it
rooms.
now.
Yep.
But
I've actually talked to the versus people about it.
Yeah.
But the stump is who.
Talk your shit, man.
Everybody wants to. No. My flex is light. I don't.
The flex is light. The flex is light, Fingaz. The flex is
I don't
light.
gotta flex. I don't gotta point out the diamonds, but when you see them, I don't gotta say, hey.
So I'm saying the key. So like obviously the Dream was brought up. I think we all know we're talking about singer-songwriter shit in the R&B.
Yeah.
You know, we
Much
branch
love
into
and
hip hop
respect to
into
the Dream,
absolutely
Respect to everybody.
But then the bone that we can throw is he just dropped an album.
That's true.
Like you know what I'm saying? He just dropped a new album with new bangers.
Well, I mean, so the thing is,
it's a new cheat code.
They did it to where it can honestly be anybody versus anybody because it's 20 records.
Yeah,
right.
As long as you got 20 records, you can rock. So it would have to be somebody with, in the realm of me, it would have to be somebody with 20 hits.
What are they gonna play when you play Irreplaceable?
It's like big hits.
What's gonna happen when you drop Irreplaceable?
It's 20
hold
hits.
Hold on. He's being modest.
It's
right
20
now.
hits.
What's gonna happen?
But it's like which 20 hits?
What's gonna
You
happen?
know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
you got a lot.
Nah, we got
a lot to choose from.
it's
I have
bro,
more than
and it's like
Yes, sir.
dude, I was
Absolutely.
in elementary and I had this crush and I didn't know what to say and I just wrote sexy love lyrics. I didn't know what to say.
Yo, speak on it, man. That's what's up.
Real shit, bro. Bro, because I didn't know what to say. I was in like
Thank you
fifth or
for
sixth
using
grade.
the music for what it's for.
Exactly.
That's what it's
and
for.
And I was like, I'm a fucking sixth grade. I don't know what the fuck to say. But this song said everything that I wanted to say in my non-adult body that I didn't know what I was feeling.
That's dope.
And I'm like, yo.
Did it work?
No, but we're here. We're still here to tell the tale. You know what I'm saying? That's all that
Full
matters.
circle.
Can we edit that part out where he said blah blah blah?
It probably worked for him.
It didn't work because of you. It didn't work because of me. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say that.
You didn't have the dance move. You didn't have the. You know what I'm saying? You didn't have the hat to the side. But hey, man, like with this album, what do you?
What is it? What you got?
It's whiskey and vodka.
Oh shit! I can't do whiskey.
Yeah, you can't do whiskey. It's strong as hell.
Vodka.
He needs some vodka over here. He needs vodka over here. Yo, but didn't Prince tell you vodka's not good for you?
He definitely did. Next question.
I mean, what is you know, with this body of work? I know this is all your children, it's all your babies, but what sticks out to you the most in this album? What's the song that you relate with the most?
Man. That's always a really, really difficult question, man, because
of course.
I try to write from experience. I try to write from real things, you know, and to attach a song to this memory or that person or that experience, it's hard to what's the word I'm looking for? It's hard to go first, second, third, fourth. You know, it's hard to do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because
Start categorizing
everything means
them.
something for a different reason. So it's hard to compare.
On a bigger picture scale, you know, you've had, especially when we're talking about your early works, you've had songs that you've either written or recorded for yourselves that ended up going to someone else into a point where they become, I mean, we don't got to beat around the bush, cultural and critical classics, right? How did, you know, in the writer's room, as someone who is a songwriter, does that affect you? Does that... Do you
Damn, I should've kept that for myself.
Do you look back at it in a bad way? Do you just move on from it? Like, how does that affect you emotionally and mentally, you know?
I've been quoted as calling my songs my children, you know what I mean? So when, you know, you put a song out there and it performs well, you're proud, as a proud father would be. You know, you put a song out there, it doesn't perform well, doesn't mean you don't love it, it just means it didn't perform well. You know, it is what it is. It's about your personal relationship to that song. Like I've never felt a way about a record because it didn't do well. If I ever felt a way about a record, it's because I had a vision for it, and what it turned into wasn't what I saw it, what I wanted it to be.
Yeah.
But it never had anything to do with the success of the record. Like that's, you know, there's so many different reasons why a song becomes a hit. The greatest song you ever heard wasn't marketed right. Anything could happen.
With that being said, again, as a songwriter, when we look at a brand new album coming out of a talented singer-songwriter as yourself for years, how much comes out of, like, how much are we scrapping? Like, how much of the fat are we cutting? Like how do you
cut the fat on this?
You know, how are you cutting that fat if these are your records?
You have to. So if the plan is 13 records, you got to record 100. You have to record enough to where you can say these are the 13. You know what I mean? You can't stop. All right, I got 13 records. Nah, you could. What if your 16th record was the greatest shit you ever wrote in your life?
Right.
You stopped at 13. Nah, so you have to make sure that you have a lot to choose from, and then from there, I would recommend not doing the selection all yourself. Because you're so close, as the songwriter, as the producer, you're so close to these records. You're not looking at them the way everybody else.
You have personal attachment to
these. So who's filling the studio? Is it the yes men? Is it the no men?
Hell no.
So who's filling the studio then? Especially as someone who's been doing it this long, like to be able to trim that fat.
I have a group of people whose opinions I respect and appreciate. And we sit as a collective and decide what songs are going to be on the album, what songs are going to be singles.
Dope.
We put it to a vote. You know, that's the most.
That's
awesome.
awesome.
The most fair way to do it.
Yes.
You know, and it works. Sometimes it works in my favor.
It
Sometimes
worked. It worked.
I think it worked, bro.
Yeah,
this album is fire.
Absolutely.
But dude, it's an honor, bro, to have you here.
Absolutely. We're
Like
very
I said,
appreciative that you were able to take the time to come to our show. We're all obviously three
But
big
before
fans
you
of
get out of here, this is something that's going on right now. You saw the Wiz Khalifa thing that's going on around here?
No, what happened with Wiz?
You haven't heard it at all. Oh, he's too busy.
So Wiz, I was at a club in LA, and I guess that he had a problem with the DJs, was messing up his set. to where it got real, it got physical.
Oh man.
And now there's a thing between like artists and DJs right now. As far as when you come to the club and DJ, like how important do you think the DJ is to, you know, just the aspect of music? Because we feel like
the DJ is the heart of the club. What are you talking about?
But we feel like that's kind of like lost its gas a little bit, you know, to the point where like, you know, there's artists that don't even like give the DJs music like that anymore. Like even upcoming artists just uploading it. They're not going to. So basically, like he took the DJ's hat off through it. I guess the DJ was messing up his set and stuff like that. So it got really crazy.
Okay, you have to grasp the concept of an artist and their art. You know what I'm saying? If I'm trusting you with my art and you're not respecting my art, I'm passionate about my art.
You got to be prepared.
That's an artist, period. Yeah. Same as a DJ. What you do is an art form.
Yes, sir.
And you're passionate about it. Meaning, if somebody's not respecting you, what it is you do, you feel a way about it. So I mean, I can see both sides of it.
Right.
Therefore, I can't judge anybody because I get it.
That's
I get
a great
it on
answer.
both sides.
Yeah,
that's a great answer.
Awesome. That's awesome.
Answer.
Yeah.
Well, before we leave, is there anything that you want to tell the Boston audience about this album? That why they should go out and listen to it? Why they should look out for the new movie coming out?
Shout out Anna. What's up, baby?
I want to first and foremost, I want to say to my Boston fans, I appreciate the love and support over the years. We've been here damn near 20, and I love y'all for sticking around. And you should go get this album because it's good music. Damn it, it's self-explanatory. The name of the album is self-explanatory, meaning the music speaks for itself. Don't take my word for it. Don't go get it. Just DLC. Go get it.
Go get that shit.
Go get it. Push play and learn and bask in the fact that you made the right choice.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Amen.
Amen.
Ne-YO here, Anna here on But I Know the DJ. Thank you so much for
Thank you
so
being
much,
here.
man.
We appreciate it
y'all,
so much.
man.
We're
Thank
huge fans. We can't wait to party tonight.
Big
Yes,
night.
indeed.
And we're ready to enjoy the album listening party here at Icon Boston. Thank you so much. This is Snax here as a host. Fingaz, Cammy V, But I Know the DJ. Ne-YO and Anna are here in the building. Thank you so much. Dope Entertainment here in the building. Everybody clap it up.
Let's go,
Everybody
baby.
clap it up, baby.